Hey everybody, welcome to today's video where we continue the 10 Jedi rules of engagement. Number 6, learn to see accurately.
I'm glad you're here to tell us these things.
Every once in a while in the Jedi community, you get fortune cookie wisdom. You get things that are just spouted because they sound good and they're true enough, right? And I really want to throw this rule into that category. However, when you look at it, it does pass the APVP test, and it is telling us something rather important. That's learning to look at a situation with as clear eyes as we can, learning to see accurately. This is about learning to recognize patterns. This is about being honest with ourselves. This is about being honest with what's going on around us. A lot of times we want to put on blinders. I was in a relationship. No, I'm not talking about my ex-wife, relax. I was once in an on and off again relationship where patterns were repeating, but I wasn't learning to see them accurately. And that usually resulted in bad reactions from myself because I wasn't seeing what was going on. I wasn't reading the signs as they were happening. More accurately, I didn't want to see them. I didn't want to recognize the pattern that was going on, and as such, I was surprised each time. And that kind of creates that knee-jerk emotional reaction, which tends not to work out in our favor. And it's certainly not something that's endorsed by the Jedi philosophy. Learning to see things accurately means to look through all the shine. It means to look through the fog. It means, like, even when you have a lot of hope, when you're looking to do something great or you're looking to fulfill a dream, there's usually a lot of shine to that, a lot of things that we don't want to acknowledge or see, the struggles that are going to come ahead, because we want to just look at that shiny goal, that area we're trying to reach, and we're not learning to really see things accurately. We're not looking to see the road ahead and the struggles that it's going to take to get there, to understand that there's going to be roadblocks, and we are going to have to be Jedi. We're going to have to be patient. We're going to have to be aware. We're going to have to really work on all that self-discipline, and we're going to need to take time to meditate, because things are going to happen. Likewise, there's going to be times when you're in a bad spot. Maybe you're in a toxic environment, relationship, who knows? That could be friendship, that could be family members, that could be romantic, that could be all things. But maybe you're in a situation that's toxic, and you need to learn to kind of see it for what it is. You have to recognize the lack of respect that's going on, or the lack of communication, or whatever might be happening that is creating a toxic environment. You have to be able to see that accurately, not projecting. It's another thing. We often find ourselves in a bad situation, and maybe we're just in a bad place ourselves, and we kind of project that upon others. We project our own insecurities, our own fears. I knew someone who projected their past relationships into every new relationship they got into, right? They held that new person accountable for all those past situations, and they allowed those insecurities to continually be painted on the actions of the other person. And of course, that didn't help the relationship. That didn't make it work. That didn't make it last, because you can't do that. You have to learn to see things accurately. You have to learn to see what's really going on with yourself, with the situation, with others, and that's always going to be an evolving thing, and it's not always going to be 100% accurate, but you have to learn to look at yourself with an open and honest mind. That's all this rule is reminding us, is to have self-honesty, self-knowledge, and then to extend that outward as best as we can. To understand what is going on around us, we have to learn to see things as they are and not project ourselves onto them so much. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. You know where the buttons are. May the Force be with you. Should go ahead and film next week's video, since it's essentially the same rule. Or is it? I don't know. We'll find out next week.